Shalom, Ahab, Wa, Baraka. In other words, peace, love, and blessings. Also, Kal Halayama, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. So today, it's funny, it's raining, it's a little windy, and that's just perfect for what class we're teaching today. It's called Be Instant, In Season, and Out of Season. So, first thing we want to do is, I want to start with, honestly, let's go into let's go to the book of Galatians. And we're going to go to chapter 6. And we're going to start at verse 3.
Galatians 6:3. For if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. But let every man prove his own work. Then shall he, rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden.
Okay, so and it's funny. For a man think himself to be something when he is nothing. He deceiveth himself. A great person in the world thinks they're something. But when they get into the spiritual realm, the kingdom, they're going to find out that they were never anything. You're nothing. But let every man prove himself of his own works. What are the works that they're talking about? It's the works that the instructions that Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai gave you. You know what? Let's go ahead and finish that out. Read 6 and 7.
Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
So whatever you're doing in this worldly life, whatever you soweth, that's what you're going to reap. If you're out doing drugs, you'll probably end up dead on a drug overdose. If you work 7 days a week from morning till night, you're going to be tired and broke still. That's all there is to it. You think you're great in this world because you have a worldly position? You're nothing in the kingdom. Let's go ahead and get into it now, because this is a class about following instruction. Be instant. So let's go over to the book of Timothy and get that. We need to get that right now so we can understand what I'm talking about. 2 Timothy chapter 4. Yep. Chapter 4. And start at verse 2 exactly. I thought you were in there because you said 2. I'm like, oh yeah, you can start at verse 2. That's amazing.
4:2.
Okay. Timothy chapter 4 and verse 2.
Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine.
So I'm gonna show you the definition on 2 of those words. First, be instant. What does it mean? To be instant. Be ready. Be ready. In season and out of season. Now, the funny thing is, I like that it's raining and it's a little windy, but that's not really what it's talking about. Oh, you gotta be out there during the summer and the winter and the fall. You gotta be instant, in season and out of season. No, you gotta be ready at all times. In season is right now. Today is our day. We come out here on this corner and we teach. We come prepared. We are ready. But what happens when I'm at the supermarket? I don't have my tunic on. I don't have my notepad in front of me. I don't have my notes. but still have to be ready. I still have to be ready to bring this word out at any time. That's actually what it's saying. That's what it's saying. Let's move around a little bit more. Let's let's stay in 2 Timothy. And let's go to chapter 2. And starting at verse start at verse 14.
2 Timothy chapter 2, 14. Of these things, put them in remembrance, charging them before Yahweh that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearers. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
So be instant in season and out of season. How can you be instant in season and out of season? By studying to show yourself approved. How will you show yourself approved? When somebody asks you a question and you have the correct 100% truth answer. Let's go over to the book of Proverbs. I think that this one lines up. Chapter 23. Yes. It's Proverbs 23 and 26.
Proverbs 23, 26. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways.
Give thee thine heart. Bring your mind back to the Most High. Your heart is your mind. So to give your mind over is to study to show yourself approved. So when you're giving your mind over, you're giving your time, your energy, your strength over to the Most High, and you're doing these things. And what do you get in return? Your eyes shall observe my ways. So he's going to show you things that you can't see in a worldly state of mind. Let's move over to the book of Colossians. This is going to be a really short class. It's all I had prepared. So we're going to go over to the book of Colossians, over to chapter 4, and start at verse 5.
Colossians 4:5. Walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man.
Study to show yourself approved. When you are going towards other men, what are you doing? You're teaching them the laws, the statutes within the laws, the direct commands, the daily ordinances, the high holy days, the Sabbath, the dress codes, the health code. There's a lot of things in Israel, but these are the things that we're supposed to be instant in season and out of season. It says right here that ye ought to answer every man. And how? Gracefully. In fact, let's get that. Let's see what does he mean by grace. Charis. So it's Strong G 5485. Charis. It says, with merciful kindness, by which God exhorting his holy influence upon souls. So with a merciful kindness, which exhorting his holy influence, which God, by which God. So with your merciful kindness, the Most High is able to exhort his holy influence upon the souls. Graceful. So when you're instant in season and out of season, it's just not, I know the answer to that. No, it's actually you're sincere inside. You have something different about you. The Most High has chosen you for this word. So I'm only talking to a very few select people. That's why this class doesn't need to be long. Everybody else, you just have to come back to the laws and do your best. But right now I'm talking to the people that are going to go out and hit the highways and the hedges and actually do the real works. Let's go over to the book of Ephesians. You know, every time I try to teach these classes, they come out different. I taught this class to my kids yesterday. Sounds nothing like what's happening right now. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 6 and start at verse 21.
Ephesians 6:21. But that ye also may know my affairs, and how I do. Titus, a beloved brother and faithful minister in Yahweh, shall make known to you all things.
And you know what? Titus.
You want to read the next verse?
Wait, hold on. Titus. He's it means friend and companion of Paul. I just want to let you guys know who Titus was. So Paul teaches to who? The Gentiles. He's the teacher of the Gentiles. Were the Gentiles the northern kingdom that fell off? Just a little history right there. But go ahead, next verse.
Whom I have sent unto you for the same purpose, that ye might know our affairs, and that ye might comfort your hearts.
So he's coming to you to show you the 100% truth, that you can know it. And it's going to comfort your heart. In other words, he's going to break down that social construct that this world is built against you. And the comfort is going to be when your mind realizes that all the stuff that they're trying to produce isn't going to succeed. Let's go over to the book of Luke. Man, this class is going to be really short. We might have to do something else. Go to the book of Luke, chapter 14.
Luke 14
and 47. Wait. Luke 14 and, I'm sorry, 23.
Luke 14 and 23. And Yahweh said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled.
So, what are we doing right now? We're out here on the highways and the hedges, and we're preaching to the wind. The wind actually represents the lost Israelites that were scattered to the four corners of the earth. That's who we're preaching to. That's why it says preach to the wind, because we were scattered like the wind. We were scattered like dust in the wind, literally to the four corners of the earth. And when we do teach this word, it is to, according to Scripture, that we are graceful. We're not actually supposed to be out here being nasty and rude to people, calling people out before we know who they are. Now, if you got a spirit on you, you got a spirit on you. That's the Most High doing His word, showing us who you are. Romans 8:16, for the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. It also bears witness that these wicked, evil people that come around us are who, in fact, we say they are. So sometimes you might see one of the prophets go off here on, well, he's not graceful, but he has a spirit on him, letting him know that the people around him at that moment aren't the children of Israel, and he's got to get them away. So he becomes a little bit more aggressive. And believe me, you can preach somebody right down the road. They don't want to hear this word. They don't want to hear this truth. Let's jump over to the book of Luke. Stay in Luke, and let's go to chapter 19, and now verse 47.
Luke 19:47. And he taught daily in the temple, but the chief priests and the scribes and the chief of the people sought to destroy him.
So, be instant, in season and out of season. Be ready daily. Who's teaching daily in the temple? Yahushua. Who else? Paul. I taught 2 years with tears in my eyes, begging you, right? Daily. Be ready daily. That's what it means by in season and out of season. This is our day. This is the day we go out. But when I take this tunic off and I put this tablet down, what's going to happen is I am going to still bring out the word to anybody that listens. It's not about running the camera. I'm not running the camera for everything I do. The Most High didn't say I had to do that. I'm bringing out these classes so I can help wake up the children of Israel that choose to watch YouTube. That's part of the works. I'm showing everybody my works. We are showing everybody our works. Let's get one more. Because what are we doing this for? Why are we being instant in season out of season? Why would we come and teach out here in the rain and in the cold when it's windy? Why would we do all these things? What are we doing this for? What is the purpose of all of this? Let's go to Deuteronomy. We're going to get just a little taste of what the kingdom is. 28. And start at verse, just read 11 and 12. We'll just give them 11 and 12.
Deuteronomy 28 and 11. And Yahweh shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, and in the land which Yahweh swore unto thy fathers to give thee.
So, he's going to make you plenteous. So, in the kingdom, this is when we keep the laws. This is a Levitical law. My word does not change. So, in other words, this is going to stand in the kingdom. It says, fruit of thy body. So, if you think that in the kingdom that we don't have children, well, this completely destroys that whole doctrine in one verse. Fruit of thy body, fruit of thy cattle. So wait a second. I thought heaven was someplace floating around in a cloud. No, heaven is rulership. Earth is servitude. We are servants here on this earthly, worldly beast system. Straight beast system. And you got to plug into the beast system. You can't just, so to be a part of a system, you have to somehow be connected to the system. But this is a digital system. So you're going to have to be digitally connected to the beast system. But anyway, before I go too far off to the left or right, the fruit of thy body, the fruit of thy cattle, the fruit of thy ground. So when we're in rulership, we're going to have all of our things back. We're going to have multiple children. We're going to have great pieces of land. That's what this is saying right here. The Lord, go ahead, read 12.
And Yahweh shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. So when we're in rulership, when the Israelites are in rulership, the Most High Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, shall open up unto thee his goodly treasure. He's going to have the heaven give the rain unto the land in thy season, and to bless all the work. So everything you do is going to be like, you can't do anything wrong anymore. But when you're sealed in the kingdom, you won't be breaking any of Yahweh's laws also. It won't be in your heart, because he's going to get rid of the stony heart, which is the hard-headed brain you've got. And he's going to put a fleshly heart in you. He's going to give you an actual, how would you say it, a circumspect mind. That way you will know right from wrong, and you would never do stupid things. But eating pork in the kingdom would be like going to Hawaii to one of the hottest volcanoes and just jumping in. That's how I think. Like, I wouldn't do that. So you got to think of it that way. You wouldn't do that kind of stuff in the kingdom, and it would seem like that kind of a consequence to you. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had for that class. So I have some other stuff we can go into. So I'm gonna just say, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of this short message.